and it's not about your ability to predict. Once you get past that and you stop thinking that the only way you're going to deserve a profit is by predicting, then that kind of frees you of that responsibility, and you know that you can just apply things that work in the right circumstances. So that's probably, tens of thousands is not I'm not going to say that's what it takes. That's not true at all. But I think it does take a few $1,000s of education to at least accelerate your process. Take somebody else's 10 years of experience and pain of developing how it works, and let them teach you in a few hours. Let them show you or let them mentor you over a couple of months, and just shortcut all of the trial and error and get to what works. Generate profits from it, and then go from there and start developing your own ideas. But just trial and error alone that's how it becomes, you're going to be going against the odds for your success. Because most people aren't willing to pay for somebody to help them. Most people think you have to predict what the market's going to do to have a profit, and that's just simply not the case.
Sure. Okay. So even for you in the sort of the first few years of your journey, if you had to put it down to maybe one or two things, what would you say were the biggest challenges that you had to push through when you were coming up? So challenges that essentially impacted your P&L in a negative way.
Right. So thinking I have to predict is where it stems from. And then the second part of that is when you're wrong, then you have no plan, because you say, well, I made the prediction. And I really feel in looking back at the early struggles, I really feel like I thought that if I didn't predict it right, I didn't deserve to change my mind and then, stop losing money. Like I had to take that pain from being wrong, and I had to wait until the market agreed with me to get out of the position. And that was probably the worst and most stressful times, where I went through a few different mouses where they'd get smashed and I have to go get another one and all that stuff. But now, knowing that it has nothing to do with predicting, and I don't have to feel like I earned a profit by guessing what was going to happen correctly, that now it's more about adapting to what's going on and knowing the two different probabilities in every market, which is the trend and the range. If the trend is identified, then you can expect continuation in that trend. However, you have to respect the range as well. So if you're a little bit overbought in a bullish trend, you can't just say I have to be bullish because it's bullish.